Buenas, and welcome to a special edition of Milky and the Bean. As always, your host,
Milky?
and myself, the Bean, and welcome.
Oh boy, it's a great day, everybody.
Yes.
You know why? Because we're talking about my favorite mouse, Mickey Mouse.
Yes, that is right.
Today is Disney Day, folks. Those ears
Disney.
are perfect. You
My wife,
look so beautiful in those ears.
Mm-hmm.
You have a couple of selections over your shoulder as well. I see that. That's just Jim Dandy.
So if you don't know, I think people have been asking for this. Disney, because everybody loves Disney. Who doesn't love Disney?
Everybody loves Disney. Even people that they don't know love Disney.
All right, we're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to talk about maybe Disneyland. We're going to talk about Disney movies for sure. We're going to talk about how much money you want to spend just to buy a damn churro.
I'm definitely scared to know how much money Disneyland makes in a day.
Yes. So, well, I would really like to focus on movies, but let's just talk about, Disneyland and everything about that just for a tad.
Okay. So it's a good thing that Disneyland is opening back up because let's get serious. I don't know how much longer that company could have survived. I mean, the amount of money they must have been losing daily was just absurd. Because I know that just to get in the park, it's like $100. So,
but the thing that kind of sucks is like, even though they're opening the park, a lot of the stuff is closed. Anything that has to do with crazy big lines, they're closing, which is dumb because if it isn't, because think about this. Okay, well, you're closing all these because you don't want long lines. We're gonna make all these other dang freaking rides even longer.
Yeah. Well, and if you've ever been to Disneyland, there's a line to get to the bathroom, so I don't know what they consider a long line. I mean,
like a lot of the sit-down restaurants are not opening. A lot of rides like that, people sit very, very close together. They're not doing certain shows. They're not doing the magical morning, like little things like that. I'm not going to pay double the amount of ticket right now to go to something that's only half open. You know what I mean?
That sounds like the American way.
I mean, it's like me going to buy a beer that's open and flat already for double the price. No, I'm not going to do it.
I mean, if you were in Disneyland, you would get it.
I mean, probably.
Especially if it came with Mickey ears.
True that. Now I like the outside Disney. I like downtown Disney, and I think we've talked about this before. For me, it's always a tradition that the first night we get there, we have to go to ESPN Zone, eat there, drink. That's my first day. Buy whatever random crap it is, and then boom, Disneyland the next day.
Then you're getting your Mickey Mouse ears and your big shoes.
Yep.
You're gonna get your big red suspenders.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, do you feel like you enjoy it more as an adult, or do you enjoy watching your kids see it?
Now, this is the thing, though. Like, I love Disneyland. Like, I've been there, God knows, 50 plus times. I've been there a grip of times, and like I like it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good when me and my wife go because we just boom, 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 boom. Like, we go here, we go here, we go here, we go here, right? Like, especially we haven't gone in a while. Like, I'm a big Marvel fan. I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet. They're opening up the new Marvel universe. I haven't seen the new Star Wars, but at the same time, like the joy that my kids get out of Disney right now, like so again, now I have a 2-year-old and I have my son who's about to be 1, like in a few weeks, like a week or two, which is crazy. I feel like he was just born. And they both love Disney. And I'll tell you right now, all my daughter could talk about is Wana. That's what she says. Moana.
Oh,
I watch that like 50 times a week. I play the guitar. I have to sing her the song "How Far I'll Go," which is a hard song to sing, by the way. It's very confusing. But I can't wait for her because she loves Mickey, she loves Minnie, and I think I'm just gonna be more excited on her, how excited she's going to be, and I already know. Like, take the credit card.
Please tell me that you're gonna dress up as a Polynesian dancer.
Yeah.
What's the Rock's character's name in that?
Maui.
Maui. Thank you. Sorry,
okay.
I haven't seen it a million times. I'm sorry.
Me and my wife were talking about like a themed birthday party for her, and it'd probably be a Moana one. And we were thinking, you know how you can get characters to come to your house like Snow White or Mickey? Can we get a Moana person?
I mean, you could probably pull that off. I mean, you got the physique for it. And all you'd have to, and you probably already know all the songs. All you'd have to do is walk in. What can I say except you're welcome?
Well, if you wouldn't mind, I mean, you look exactly like him. You look like hey
Oh
hey
yeah, I mean,
the chicken. No, not him.
yeah.
The chicken.
Oh
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's you.
yeah. Fine.
But
I'll be Bok Bok or whatever his name is.
hey.
Hey, there you go.
See, I watch a lot. But man, I can't wait. Like I I'm so excited. We're gonna stay at the actual Disneyland Resort when we take them. I mean, because if they want to take a nap, boom, just right there. But I just can't wait for her to experience like to see everything Disney, to meet Mickey Mouse, to do all that stuff because it's just awesome. As a kid.
Do you remember the first time you went?
The first time I went, I believe I was in I want to say like sixth grade, and I was so nervous because it's like those middle school groups, and you had to go in a crowd. But it was fun, man. I had a great time. I'll never forget it. And every single time I go, there's always something new. Me and my wife have learned to always do the single rider. Best way to go. You know what I'm
Single
talking about?
rider.
Single rider lines. So whenever you get in a line,
Oh,
yes,
okay,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Well, now they have fast passes, bro. Step up.
But it's not the same. You can still do fast pass, but then on top of that, you can do the single rider. If you
I
don't know
guess
what the
that's a good
single
point.
rider is, people, single rider is normally when you get in line, it's you're with your friends and your family, so you wait a long time. But
Mm-hmm.
if you wanted to go on the ride by yourself, there's a line called the single rider, and that gets you to the front of the line right away. Well, hey, me and my wife been there so many times. We don't need to have that special moment together. I'd rather have it with some other random person, right? You know, it's only
Are you?
backfired on me once. I went on Splash Mountain on a single rider, and nothing against anybody. I'm just being honest. I sit down, and the two biggest people I've ever seen in my life get there in there with me. So the whole time, like I'm in the front, and it's like this the whole time,
That's so fucked up.
Dude, so much water went in. Like I was rosado for like a month, and it was early in the morning, and I only had one pair of socks, so my feet looked like an old man by the end of the day. So,
That's funny, dude. My parents took us, me and my cousins, when we were real young, and that's still one of our favorite stories to tell. Is that Geppetto and Pinocchio stole my sandal, and Pinocchio was trying to put it on, and I was like, "What are you doing, bro? Look at the size of your feet. Like you're never gonna fit into my shoe. Give it back." And they got a bunch of pictures and stuff like that. So that's one of my family's favorite things to talk about how I was like so confused on why he was trying to take my shoe when I was like 3 years old.
all right, man.
But so speaking of which, like we were getting into the old school stuff, like taking it back. I mean, are there any like super favorites that you wish that they would remake or like make into live action?
Well, you know what? Like, I am loving that they're remaking the movies. It's really cool. Like, there's ones I really like and ones that were horrible. Like, Aladdin was awesome. I was really worried because of Will Smith, but he did it his own way. It was great. It was awesome. I loved it, right?
Yeah, because you can't replace Robin Williams as the original genie. Like, there's
No, of
just
course.
can't do it.
Lion King was, they made a big deal that freaking Beyonce was in it. I'm sorry if you're a Beyonce fan, but I guess it was just her voice and she was too serious. Like I was just like, eh. Like my favorite person out of the whole thing was Seth Rogen as Pumbaa. That's about it.
True
That's all I like.
story.
That's all I like.
True story.
All right. But then you got Mulan, which sucked, right? How do you not put Mushu?
Yeah, Mushu
Okay?
was definitely
All
like
you had to
a
do
whole
was
cartoon.
cast Kevin Hart as Mushu because he's the same size.
Wow, you're
Sorry,
such a
Kevin.
dick for that
Sorry,
one.
Kevin Hart. Sorry,
Oh
man.
yeah, he's totally watching this and he's worried about what you think. That's for sure. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I really would. I mean, because they did make a Pinocchio, and they made one back in the day before it was actually live action with Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
It was creepy though.
It was kind of creepy, But I think that they could probably do something now, like really, really make. I think, or maybe they are making one. I'm not sure, but I know that I wouldn't mind seeing like a Bambi, like a legit ass Bambi. If they could blow the dust off Fox and the Hound, that'd be great because I really did like Fox and the Hound.
They did do the
Um,
Lady and the Tramp. They did that.
they did do Lady and the Tramp. I wouldn't mind seeing like the Aristocats. Um, I'm trying to think. There was another couple other ones that I was thinking of. I mean, you can't do Snow White because there'd be too many cancel culture people that would be like, "You can't use live action dwarfs. What's going on?"
All these
Um,
dwarfs sleeping with one girl. How dare you? How
how
dare
dare
you
you?
guys? You know
What
what I'm
is
excited for?
this?
I mean, they're casting. They're getting everything ready for Hercules, and they're
For
gonna put
live action?
the live action, and Danny DeVito's gonna be in it again.
Bless his heart. Bless that
Yes,
man's heart.
and there's gonna be
Well, I mean,
music. Yes.
I like what they're doing, like actually starting to put a spotlight on the villains, where they did Maleficent, and now they're doing Cruella de Vil. They need to do an Ursula, like definitely need to do an Ursula one.
Well, they're supposed to be doing a Little Mermaid. And remember the whole controversy on that?
Yeah, I mean, at the same time though, I mean, I, I don't know if you can do every single movie in live action, and I would think that Little Mermaid might be one that you kind of it's too much of a fantasy land type thing, mermaids, and you'd have to shoot the whole thing for the most part underwater. Like, I don't know how you would do that one and make it look good live action.
Yeah, I mean, I get you on that one. Like Little Mermaid, it's just a hard thing underwater. Like how can you?
Yeah, it's a good concept. It's just it would be difficult to execute, I think. But I think like I mean, some of the newer movies that they're coming out with, like I don't know if you've seen Raya and the Last Dragon. Two
No,
thumbs way up for that one. I
I want to
definitely
see it, but
enjoyed that one.
I'm gonna wait till it's free.
It was free to my. Oh no, you're right. You had to pay for it. We did pay for it. But I mean, I could definitely see some of the newer movies that are coming out in the last 5-10 years that could probably be made into live actions pretty soon.
Be a good one.
Up would be a good one, yeah.
Up would great. Yes, tear jerker, tear jerker.
Yeah, I'm sure you went through a box of tissues on that one.
Man, but I mean, there's there's so many movies that I hear that they're gonna try to do. Like I hear they're gonna try to do a live action like Lilo and Stitch. I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna work.
I mean, at the same time though, like, so Pixar is still affiliated with Disney. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, yep.
So, like, are we gonna try and do a live action Ants?
Ooh, ants?
Yeah, just like because isn't that Pixar?
Was it? I thought it was Dream.
Is it DreamWorks? I
DreamWorks.
could have sworn Ants was Pixar, but either
I,
way, like,
I watched that for the first time in a while. It's so good, man. So
are we
good.
gonna do a Toy Story live action? Are they just gonna bring back?
How,
Are they
okay. Okay. You're gonna do a live action Toy Story, but they're just gonna make a toy come alive.
toys? Yeah, of course, of course. No, it's an actual toy. You actually get Tim Allen to be a toy. That's the trick.
Wow.
You get Tom Hanks to be Woody as a
You know,
toy.
okay. Random. You know what movie I felt like deserved so much credit, but it didn't. It didn't get movie credit because it was during COVID. But it was a great movie. Was Onward.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was
That
a
is a
great
good one.
movie. So good.
That
And like
movie was
when they're trying to
funny.
like get their dad, and then Chris Pratt. Dude, tear jerker. But that movie deserves so much credit.
That movie was funny. That movie was funny. So, do you like? Okay, as a Disney fan, do you prefer more so like the serious Disneys that kind of like more hit your emotions, or do you like the funny ones?
Well, just let's use the one as an example that just came out not too long ago. Soul.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Soul was a good movie,
Yeah.
but it was too serious for me.
Okay, so you don't like the serious ones. You like the funnier
No,
ones.
I like funny. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Onward was serious. Like it's funny, but it was serious because the whole thing with the dad, like that was huge, you know. So that thing was, but Soul was good. I loved it, but I'm just saying it wasn't my cup of tea, you know.
Yeah, see, like, because like Brave, I find Brave to be one of the funniest Disney movies and probably one of the funniest movies, hands down. Like, there's so much humor in that movie. I mean, it's definitely a shift gears from like the Cinderellas and the Snow Whites and the Fox and the Hound type style of, kind of bringing out your real deep down emotions on things. Where Brave was just, because I felt the same way about like Tangled,
Yeah,
that it was funny. I mean, there were some sad parts in it, obviously, because of the story, but there were so many good parts in that, and so many like I definitely enjoy the Disney movies that target uh, adults as well as kids. So they put little zingers in there that only adults will get.
I love. You know, my favorite character out of the whole movie of Brave is the dad.
The dad is
It's
hilarious.
hilarious. He just
He's the
does,
best.
just does his own thing. Don't care. Just a great
Yeah.
dad, but just chill, drinking buddies. Like yes, great.
Well, you were talking about Moana, and I'm once again I'm terrible where the lines are drawn in the sand on some of these animated movies because to me everything's Disney. Um, but like Ice Age and stuff like that, like the little squirrel that runs around with the nut that has no dialogue, kind of like I keep calling him Bok Bok. But
But that's not Disney.
well, I know that's why I said I have a problem with drawing lines in the sand because everything animated is Disney to me. But I love characters that don't really have any dialogue. Like Stitch was so good for me because
Oh,
he hardly had any dialogue, but all his actions. Like I love old Looney Tunes because of that. Because you would laugh at like Tom and Jerry and
I
Roadrunner and
love
Coyote.
Tom and Jerry. I didn't like the movie that came out, but
Yeah,
Tom and Jerry
yeah.
I love.
But I mean, it's just the fact that they don't have a ton of dialogue. Like I think that there's like Cinderella with the mice. The mice had like literally no dialogue except like Gus Gus was just Gus Gus, and he'd be stacking them corn. Boy, it's hilarious. I love that kind of stuff.
It's the cool thing about not being like a dad and like being your kid so young and getting all these Disney movies. It's like as an adult, don't get me wrong, like you'll watch Disney movies, but sometimes you're like, But as a kid, with the kids, you're like, oh, hey, let's put a Disney movie on. They'll watch the first 5 minutes and they're gone, and then you're just glued. You're just like, oh, hey,
You're stuck. Hey, no, you're gonna miss this part. Come look.
hey, like Bubble Guppies, man, or like Mickey Mouse Clubs. We gotta go to bed. I'm like, no, there's 2 minutes. I gotta see what the hell Mickey's gonna do. Give me a second. Hold on. You know?
Damn commercials. No,
No.
I mean, yeah, but can you? I mean, just think of how much Disney stuff is in the world right now. Like half the world's pollution has to be Disney garbage.
Oh my God. Just think about how much Disney owns. Like, just think about this. It's a huge one. They own Marvel. They
Yeah,
own Star Wars. Like, come on.
I
Just
mean,
Star
their
Wars
app Disney
alone.
Plus has to be one of the most utilized apps there is right now. It's Disney Plus.
I love it. I really do. I'm trying to wrap my head around these series of Marvel shows because I like just Marvel movies, but series, I'm
Are you
trying to
talking
get
about
into it.
WandaVision?
WandaVision I watched, I liked it. I just wish it was a movie. Like I just want one movie, boom. But I'm just not a fan of like the whole episode. Like to the point where I started Falcon and Winter Soldier. Falcon, yeah, and Winter Soldier. Yeah, Winter Soldier. And I watched the first episode, which is amazing. But I was pissed that I had to wait a week to watch another one. So I'm like, I haven't watched any since.
Well, but that's the same thing with the Mandalorian. Like they would build it, and then you had to wait another week.
I never saw
Like,
Mandalorian.
damn it, you haven't watched Mandalorian?
I told myself because I watch Star Wars movies, but I can't wrap my head around like stuff. So I want to watch them all the way through and then watch Mandalorian.
Jesus. Well, considering how many different movies and things that you have to rewatch, you might as well sit out a month for that.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
get COVID so you can sit at home.
squirrel moment. I binge watched Godzilla, Kong, Godzilla, and King of Monsters, and then I watched the new Godzilla versus King Kong. Great movie. Great movie. I didn't like
See,
the yellow
I
ones. I
have
didn't like the yellow ones.
never had that interest. Godzilla has never done it for me. King Kong has never
Me
done it for
neither.
me.
King Kong has. Godzilla's like
Mm,
blah, whatever. Like I watched it and I was like, eh. And then I watched King Kong and I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. And then I watched Godzilla versus the monsters and I was like, eh. But then when I watched Godzilla versus King Kong, that was, I mean, I like it that they took so many boring parts out. They just made it action. It was a good movie. But anyways, it's not Disney, but that's just, you know.
yeah. See, that's definitely one of the issues that I have. Like anything animated or utilized by special animations that I have trouble drawing lines in the sand and figuring out. Oh, that's not. It's like Marvel versus Capcom or something like that. It's like who's what? It's just a character. Shut up.
Oh, me and my wife had a conversation like I forget what it was. It was a movie. I'm like, man, that can't happen. That's not real. But she's like, you like Iron Man? I'm like, but that can happen in real life though. A billionaire can make something, a suit or something. You know?
You're literally talking about Elon Musk right now.
You know what I'm saying? It can happen. It can happen.
Yeah, I guess. I suppose.
Go back to
Um,
Disney. Go back to Disney.
Going back to Disney though, so do you guys own any of the Mattel board games that are Disney based?
I want to say I think I own like I think we own like a Monopoly, and that's about it. I
So my wife and stepdaughter are definitely movie buffs when it comes to Disney, and they have quite the amount of knowledge. So we have like the Trivia Pursuits, and we have a bunch of different ones. But I'm questioning how intricate they're making some of these board games because they have like these. It's called like villainous or something like that, where it's like you can play as these villains. Dude, these games, you almost have to have a PhD to play these games. Like these games
so,
are intense.
some are confusing, man. Like I like don't get me wrong. I know we're talking about Disney, but then we're getting into games. But just an example, like there's Disney Monopoly, and then all of a sudden I got Queen Monopoly, and then I just got Avengers of Monopoly because of Avengers at Disney. So it's like, it's all mixed around. But it's so confusing now. It's like it's just not the same. You gotta do all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, can I just get some like Disney Candyland real quick? Some shoots and ladders?
Let's give me some Disney shoots and ladders, and I'll be good. You know.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, and I will say though, I like the amounts of animation that they use because characters are cool and all this, but I am definitely wanting them to recreate some originality because all these Easter eggs that people are pulling out of like the old school movies of like how Christopher Robin is actually Mowgli. They just put different hair on him and stuff like that. But like all the animations
They
are
used to
all
do that back in the
recycled.
day. They used to just do
Yeah,
that back in the day. That's how it was. It was
yeah,
simpler. It was easier. You know.
yeah. So if we could keep going with like Raya and the Last Dragon and so I hear they're coming out with another one called Luna or something like that.
Oh,
So I guess that
it's this new one coming out. It's about this like it's in Greece, and it's about these kids that like in their city, sea monsters and mermaids are like no like bad, but when these kids touch water, that's what they turn into. So it looks like a pretty good movie. It's gonna be again on Disney Plus. It's not gonna be in theaters.
I'm okay with that. Like, I don't care as long as they're bringing some originality because recycled characters and recycled animations are. Come on, we got way too much technology for that. Plus, considering Disney is like the NWO, like New World Order, they got more money than people, so they got to figure something out.
Hey, it's a movie I wanted to bring up that I thought was it was honestly it's on like my top favorite movies of all time for Disney is Coco.
Coco for sure. That's
So good,
original as hell,
so good.
and you know, I'm not gonna speak on it because I'm not gonna culturally appropriate, but I feel like they were pretty right on with most of it. I feel like as far as color palette and backstory and like lore and stuff like that. Like I don't know, maybe you can speak on that one, but I feel
Like
like they.
I just felt it was so good.
I
Like
mean,
just the colors, the music, the theme. Like they threw in no manches. Like they threw in the wording and this. Everything was just awesome. I loved it. It was funny. It was great. I love the music. Um, I just a good movie,
How
and
do you feel about Book of Life, though? Would you say Book of Life was on the same level?
I never finished it. I got bored.
So you didn't like Book of Life, but you
I,
like Coco.
yes, I didn't like Book of Life whatsoever.
I didn't like Book of Life because they made it too much like a novella.
Maybe I could be it. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
It was too
I've,
boring.
I've watched it a couple of times, but Coco is so much better. Coco has more humor, I think. I feel
Yeah,
like the humor behind Coco was way more than
and it's even
Book
better
of
in
Life.
Spanish too. Way
What
better in
Coco
Spanish.
is?
Way better in Spanish.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I keep hearing is that if you're fluent in Spanish and you watch it in Spanish, it's even better.
So good. But I mean, I know we're rambling, and honestly, this probably won't be the only episode about Disney because we could be talking about rides. We could talk
There's
about
too much
food.
Disney.
We could talk about hidden things around Disney. We just wanted to give you a taste, just a little. Mm,
We, we, we
you
just
know?
wanted to dip your ears in the water.
Yes. And please send us a message. Like, what do you think? Should we talk about rides, food? What's coming up next? What was your first time in Disney? Just whatever it is, let us know what it is because there's all kinds of stuff we could think about. And
Oh
also,
yeah,
talk
you could
about like
you could go on for Disney for days.
for days. You know what? And I don't want to keep on going. And I know some people are going to be upset that we're not going. Honestly, we want to keep on going, but there's just so much,
Yeah.
so much. So, do you have any spilled milk for this?
I mean, I kind of alluded to it. It just I feel like if Disney wanted to save the world, they could single handedly because I know I personally have not met anybody that has never bought any memorabilia from Disney. I feel like every house, especially in America, has got something Disney in it, whether they know it or not.
Yeah.
I could understand, you know, Aborigine cultures that are in Australia that may not have ever even heard of Disney, but I would be hard pressed to say that I'm pretty positive you can go to any corner of the world and they're going to know about Walt Disney or Disneyland or what Mickey Mouse is or something of that nature.
What's always crazy
Um,
to me is like if you go to like the store, you go to Target, you go to Walmart, and you want to buy like a Mickey toy, it's like $50, and you're like, nah. But then you go to like Disneyland, and that thing's $100, and you're like, give me seven. And then like
yeah.
people are just buying stuff like left and right, left and right. It's like there's so
Okay.
much stuff.
That's kind of where I was going to lead into is like, just hear me out on this one.
Okay.
Um, Everything is super overpriced when it comes to Disney. And I get it. Now, if there's stuff that you can only get at the park and it's exclusive or something like that, but I definitely know families that blow most people's yearly incomes on their Disney credit cards and have to go to Disneyland 6 times a year and this kind of jazz. And I'm just like, look, I get it, happiest place on earth, but at the same time, let's not give any one entity so much of our economy and power and attention and stuff like that. Like, I feel like Disney should just kind of take it upon themselves to maybe for like 1 month just go, you know what, free admission, free everything. Let's just see how much product we can blow through. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe redirect some of their
That'd be
economy
the day.
into
That'd be
yeah,
the day.
yeah. I mean, something. I don't know. I don't know what it would be, but maybe like a Disney Saves the Planet type day because they gotta have enough money and resources to do that.
Disney got money for days, bro. Money for
Yeah.
days.
So
Oh man.
that's that.
All right, guys. Well, again, if we missed anything, I promise you we will have more episodes on Disney. I'm telling you, Disney is a topic that we can literally go on and on and on and on. I just wanted to give you a taste. I just wanted to give you a taste.
Well, do you have any Disney frijoles?
I don't have any Disney frijoles of the day, but I do have two frijoles for you.
Okay,
The first one is, I want to let you know I wrote a song about a tortilla.
you
Actually,
did.
it's actually more of a rap. Hey, Hey, and I a big step in my life. I quit my job as a treadmill instructor.
Really? Since
Yeah,
when?
I couldn't see myself going anywhere.
Yeah, I
uh,
guess you'd be at a standstill for most of your life, right? You'd be pretty stationary.
yeah. So,
No, there would be no job movement there, right? It would just be pretty.
ooh, everything just at a standstill.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys. Well, again, please subscribe. Hit the
Hey, wait,
trivia
wait,
right
wait,
now.
wait, 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 wait. Time out, time out. I feel like we gotta stretch this because isn't there like some hidden gem on in the Disneyland that it's like 33 minutes or something like that? Or like the 33 or 34 or level 32 or whatever it is. What is it? Somebody give me something.
What are you talking
You've
about?
never heard of that. Oh, can somebody please put in the comments what bar I'm talking about? There's a hidden bar in Disneyland.
Oh, yeah, the certain one. You have to pay like
Yeah.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like level 33 or some stupid shit like
I think
that.
it's
I don't know.
32.
Is it
It's
32?
it's like I think it's like right above Pirates of the Caribbean or somewhere around there.
Yes, yes. Well, I feel like we should have done our homework and we should have stretched this episode out into that
Hmm.
30-second minute just for Disney, but maybe
Yeah,
we'll cut it a little
we'll,
short.
we'll cut it short. So,
That's a little
but
nugget for everybody there.
again, please don't forget to subscribe, guys. Please, it takes like 2 minutes. Just hit the subscribe button. It's like somewhere over here, down there. Like us on Facebook, on Instagram. Please. If you guys want to pick up any shirts, send us messages on shirts. We got mugs. A lot
And
of
here's another sideliner for you guys. We're got a couple of different episodes in mind that we would like all your help. No animals or humans will be harmed in the making of these episodes, but we would love to get as many people as possible involved in it. We would be doing it on a Zoom call, sort of like how we do it right here. But we definitely wouldn't mind having as many people as possible join in all the fun with it.
If you want to join us, please send us a message. We'll figure out the dates and the details. I tell you, it's going to be super fun. And just for joining us, we might send you some swag. So who knows?
For sure.
All right, guys. Well, anyways, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And like always, bye.